All right, we're gonna jump into part 2 of fixing my driver. Meow. Been having a little bit of trouble with the driver push cutting off of the tee. Let's do it right now. Thank you very much for jumping into this video today. My name is Kenny. Some of you may know me as Kennie Kat. I am a competitive golfer, and this channel is dedicated to my journey and what it takes to become a better competitive golfer. Let's jump straight into it. If you remember from last week's video, I talked a little bit about what I was doing to improve my driver. We were striking it a bit out the heel. If you haven't seen that video, I'd recommend you check it out. I'm gonna put a link to the description right up here. Check that out. But where we left off last week was Kurt gave me some specific instructions on keeping my hands a little bit closer to the body. That way we can get the club a little bit more on plane and then also deliver that face a little bit more centered and obviously improve that strike from moving it more towards the heel, towards the center of the club face. I'm gonna head over to the range, or let's just take a look at the range video, and I'll show you how I slowly integrate that into my range practice. Let's head over to the range. And just like we started the practice test, I'm gonna take sets of 5 balls. Again, I enjoy using 5-ball sets with a little bit of time in between because I feel like it gives you a really good way to control and focus on what you're doing. So I'll normally do about 20 balls, and I'll just set up with my normal driver and go through the practice swing, just trying to get that feeling of keeping my hands close to the body. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit 5 shots at like 20% speed with the driver. And as I go through and hit these shots, I'm not really focusing on anything other than just keeping my hands close to the body, following that movement that Kurt talked about. And of course, I have foot spray powder on the face to show me where strike is at. And after those 5 strikes are done, again, I just want to take a look at where the strikes are on the face. And we can tell from the foot powder spray, those strikes are looking a lot more centered. Then what I'm going to do next is, again, take another set of 5 balls. But this time I'm going to try to increase the speed from around 20% to, let's just say, 40, 50-ish% with the driver. And I take about a minute or so break, or 30 to 45 seconds between each shot. Just again, focusing on making sure I can get that feeling of swinging with the club or my hands just a little bit closer to the body, like Kurt said in the other video. And then after my 5 shots are done, again, I want to take a look at the strike on the face and see exactly what's going on. Now with this one, I started to notice that I was catching them a little bit lower on the face, but overall, still pretty centered of a strike. I'm not too concerned about the ones that are lower on the face because we were trying to get the strike to move from the heel to the center of the face, so that's not too big of a deal. And then for my next set of 5 balls, I'm going to do the exact same test, except I'm going to increase the speed to around 75 to 80% of my driver. And then after those 5 strikes are done, I'm going to take a look at the face, and it's looking pretty centered, but I'm just starting to see the strikes move a little bit more towards the toe. So at this point, I'm seeing the strikes move a little bit further out of the range than I really want to see them. So what I typically do is I don't increase my speed any further than I've gotten. The goal of this is to steadily increase your speed until the move that you're trying to do starts to break down strike. And I would just focus on doing one more set of that same speed until I saw the results that I was expecting to see on the club face. And if I didn't see those results at all through about 5 sets of, 4 or 5 sets of 5 balls, then that would be the end of my practice session. I wouldn't be frustrated. I would just go back to doing the mirror drills and working on feeling that movement, because if you can't do it at a slow speed, the likely reality is you're not going to be able to do it at full speed. Now, from what I was seeing on the range, my strikes had definitely improved, and the direction that the ball was starting obviously is going to improve because my strike was improving. So I would say that this is the path that I'm definitely going to continue down.
At the backswing, much more in front of you than way back. Nice rotation. Legs look a lot better. Club right here is perfect. As you come back down, get back on plane, and then from there, rotating through very, very nicely. Keep it up. Looks really good.
I spent about 5 to maybe 6 hours practicing those movements inside and doing those mirror drills, and then I took it out to the range. I did end up taking it out to the course as well because I wanted to see how it behaved in a full gaming environment, and thus far I'm pretty happy with the results. I wouldn't say that my push is completely gone. It's just straightened out a lot, and it's not off the planet. So instead of getting that 40 or 50 yard right push, I'm starting to see that the worst strike that I'm hitting is 30 yards right of where I'm aiming. I'm gonna keep working on this as we get closer and closer to competition day, and then obviously have more confidence that knowing that that big miss is not in there. So as the week goes on, I'm gonna further increase speed and add back more and more normal speed. And then obviously when we get to tournament day, I should feel pretty confident that I'm gonna be able to hit balls and just aim up the left. Love to hear from some of you down that lens. Have you worked on anything in your game? What is your normal process? Do you use this same strategy of trying to slowly bleed it into your game, working it out at home, then bringing it to the range, and then slowly adding speed to make sure that you can master the technique that you're looking at? Let me know in those comments below. That's really all I got for you. Thank you very much for watching my video. Deuces, people. Let's keep it moving.